Hello everyone, and welcome back to one of the most boring parts of my week, cage cleaning. So when you have this many pets, obviously you have to do it often, but it has to be done, so I might as well make the most of it and make videos while it's happening. So, last time I cleaned everything out of the cage and talked about bedding preferences, litter choices, basically just the different options of things you can line cages with, and today I'm going to put everything back together. So off screen I have vacuumed the whole area, gotten up all of the litter or food or whatever that has spilled, and wiped down the bottom of the tray for the base of the cage, and then I put the tray back, and I have lined it with puppy pads. So I mentioned that I didn't have puppy pads in it before, and that made it take a little bit longer than normal because I had to actually physically scoop out all of it, which normally I would not have to do. So I have put puppy pads back in so that this next time it'll be easier. I also mentioned that the guinea pigs had eaten all of the hot glue off of this, which means the chicken wire is now very pointy again, and I am slicing up my arms the entire time I'm putting this together. So the hot glue being there was just as much for them as it was for me. I don't want any of us to have to get cut up on the sharp edges of here. So I'll have to redo that and put more hot glue on it later on, but for now, there's no blood drawn, so we'll just hope it keeps being okay. But anyway, so I'm gonna put this back together. I mentioned I still have the pets sitting here, obviously, because it has not literally been more than 10 minutes since I finished videoing the last one. But anyway, so we had tried the 100% litter. I am now going to try Aspen. So this is so fresh, Aspen bedding. You can see always what type of pets the bedding or the litter or whatever it is meant for, because obviously they just put the animals right on the front. So we have 2 rabbits and 2 guinea pigs. We will be able to use this for all of our pets, therefore, and so that'll be good. So I have used Aspen bedding only once before, and that was for my hedgehog when I had a hedgehog. So we'll see how it goes over with the guinea pigs and with the rabbits. The hedgehog doesn't smell, or didn't smell, near as much. So I usually had different types of bedding and different types of setup for him than I would the others. So, alright. So, let's put some bedding in here. The one thing I liked about the paper bedding that I used to use was that it expands. So when you would buy whatever size container, when you actually take it out to fill the cages with it, it expands like 3 times or 5 times or something like that, its original volume. So it goes a lot farther. But with this stuff, I mean, it's wood chips. You're not really compressing wood chips much at all. So it feels like it goes a lot faster. But yeah. I will say, there's definitely a scent difference between the wood, for sure. The wood and the litter. When I tried to spread this out, I accidentally pushed my puppy pads way out of place. So, yeah, wood obviously sticks to the bottom. I didn't think about this, but wood obviously sticks to the bottom, to the puppy pads. A lot easier than, like a bedding, like a paper bedding would. So, that may be good or that may be bad, because now when they kind of, try to dig up the puppy pads, I don't know how well the bedding will stay in its place. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but they like to try to dig up the puppy pads, and so with the other bedding, you dig up the puppy pad and it just knocks off all the bedding that was on top of it, the paper bedding. and then you still have bedding covering the entire bottom of the cage, so it's not a huge deal. But with this stuff, if it's stuck to the puppy pads, I almost wonder if you'll end up with more exposed cage bottom. Alright, I'm going to have to vacuum all over again because I am getting wood shavings everywhere. So, I am very, 1, accident prone, and 2, clumsy. So, I am a hot mess when it comes to putting these together. Though, this is my responsibility. My husband's not a huge fan of doing these cages. It's just a lot of steps, obviously, and I'm kind of particular with some things, like toys and types of food and treats and all that stuff, so it's better for me to just do it than it is for me to try to explain all the intricacies of, well, here's why I don't like to use those kinds of toys, and here's why whatever. Maybe he would benefit from watching some of these videos, too. No. Kidding. This is my responsibility. We split up chores, and this is one of mine. So, I mentioned that this stuff doesn't expand like the paper stuff does, or I thought it wouldn't, but honestly, it's going a lot further than I thought it would, so it's not even going to be half of this container, I don't think, to do the entire cage, which is very surprising to me. Now, when I put this back together, which I'm almost done with, I am going to add in new toys. I briefly mentioned before that I was having to take out all their old toys because, you know, they were done with them. They chewed them all to shreds. But I have a bag sitting, you can kind of see the edge of the grocery bag sitting in the corner. That's got all their new toys that I'm going to try in it, so I'll talk about those a little bit when I'm adding them in. So, dust is something that little animals are very sensitive to. This bedding is supposedly 99% dust-free, but I will tell you what, I have been on the verge of sneezing for a long time. It's quite dusty. But 99% isn't 100%, so can't expect it to be completely dust-free. But anyway, I'm going to put some of the stuff back in the cage and I guess let this settle a little bit more before I actually put the animals in it. You, I'm sure, cannot see it through the video, but if you were here, you could kind of see like dust floating around in the area. So definitely not a perfect dust-free system, but alright. Is that enough? Close. Do a little bit more. Alright. Cool, cool. That is done. Alright. We are full again with bedding. Alright, this toy that they had before, they didn't actually finish. This is just a block for them to chew on. They have chewed most of the, like, I say sharp, it wasn't sharp obviously, but they've chewed most of the sharp edges off of it. So I'm going to put that back in here for them to continue playing with. I'm going to put their food bowl and their little, this is a treat, so it's like a block of condensed hay or whatever. It looks kind of Gross, I know, but it's really not. It's just hay, compacted, so I leave that in there for them to chew on too. They usually throw it all around the cage and have fun with it, so that's good for everybody. Okay, let's see what else I have. Alright, so we've got food back in there. We've got their water container, which I have to top off. Alright, I have got... This is really for both animals. So I like to get these little crunch sticks. And I always get some for the rabbits and some for the guinea pigs. They freaking love these. Like I said, dust. Ooh. But anyway, they love these crunch sticks. So they don't even last 24 hours, really. So you can see this one is wild berry. So that's what this glaze is on the bottom. It's wild berry. But these are just treats for them. It hangs on the side of the cage, and then they can come and munch on it and whatever. So I'm going to hang that right there by the entrance. You can't really see it from that angle, but... And then I'm going to add one for Miss Thalia Grace while I'm at it. Hers is carrot and honey is the glaze. The glaze, you almost can't tell the difference because it's the same color, but go ahead and add this in for her. There we go. So now they both have a crunch stick to chew on as far as treats. Alright. I'm trying to debate if I'm going to put these little wooden treats in there yet, because Jonathan and I got this fancy-ass expensive thing. This is technically a bird toy, but it's got all the same wooden blocks that the guinea pigs like to play with, and the little wooden balls, and all the same stuff that they love. Except it's got a bell in the middle, which I don't know if that's a great idea for the guinea pigs, because they will be annoying, but it won't hurt them. So we got this fancy-ass bird treat with the thought that it'll keep them occupied for a lot longer than their toys, just bang for buck wise. So we're going to put this in here. We're going to see how long it lasts. So maybe by the next video, I will still have it. But I'm going to go ahead and hang this in the corner. Hang this in the corner of the back wall, I should say, of the cage. Oof. I say that. I might just be sitting it on the bottom somewhere, because shit ain't working. Alright. We are going to put it right at the edge, I guess. I'm going to hook it on the edge of where the gate goes. And that's what we're going to do. And then it's going to be hanging out here. And we'll see how long it takes them to completely destroy it, because they're very good at that. Let's see. Trying to decide if I want to put this one in there too. We also got this little salt block. It's a Himalayan salt, and it gives them something to chew on, and they get, you know, salt out of it. It's a little salt treat, basically. So I'm trying to decide. I might put that in Thalia's cage so that she gets a new treat, not just them. I'm going to do that. Hang that on the edge here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yep, and we'll see if she likes that. Alright, now, I think I'm pretty much done, so I'm going to put Oreo back. I know, baby, that was absolutely terrible. How dare I put you in there? So this is Oreo. She's going to go back home now, and she is very, very happy too. She hates being out of the cage. But part of that, as I'm sure you realize, is because of the dog. So she's going to explore. We're going to put Alphonse back. We're going to put Ginley back. Yes, having a rabbit and some guinea pigs in there together is kind of weird. They get along very well. They eat all the same, they eat pretty much all the same foods as far as they all eat the same vegetables, they eat the same hay, same fruits, and they like all of the same toys, and they really get along. So my preference is obviously not to have a rabbit in there with 2 guinea pigs, but this rabbit, Oreo, and the other rabbit, Thalia Grace, do not get along. So I had Thalia first. I adopted her, I think, 2 years ago now. That sounds right. I think I adopted her 2 years ago now from a friend who wasn't really able to take good care of her anymore. She just got busy and that type of thing, and was moving apartments and all kinds of fun stuff. But then when Thalia was, well, I thought she was sick, but she was actually not. She was just stressed. I took her to the vet, and my small animal vet suckered me into adopting a second rabbit because she was like, Thalia's lonely. You have to take home Oreo. I can't find another home for her. Take Oreo home, and the 2 of them hate each other. So that's great. So now I've had to try to separate them because all they do is fight all the time. But Oreo gets along really well with the guinea pigs, and they like cuddle together and stuff like that. So where I have so little space, it was better for me to put Oreo with the guinea pigs, even though it's a smaller space, than for me to put Oreo with Thalia in a small space, and they're fighting all the time. And I have Rabbit Fight Club, and there's so small a space for the 2 of them that it's just amplified. Remy, sit down. Sit. Good girl. This is Remy. She is very interested in all of the rabbits and guinea pigs, so we have to very carefully prevent her from playing with them because they are not as into her as she is into them. Anyway, so that's how I set up my cage. In about a week or so, when I clean it out again, I'll let you guys know how I feel about the aspen bedding that I will now have to vacuum up all over again. And we'll see. Right now, they're already burrowing and digging around. They're checking out their treats and stuff that I've put in there. So it looks pretty good. Huh, Remy? Huh, Remy? She has a very expressive face, and she always looks like she's pouting, so it's pretty great. So, alright. We have now met Thalia the rabbit, the lion's head rabbit. We've met Oreo the rabbit, and we've met the 2 guinea pigs, Alphonse and Ginley. Ginley is a pun off of guinea pig. Yes. So, that is all. This is Remy. We have 2 more pets now that you have not met. Teddy is our other dog, and our rabbit our cat, who we don't actually call by his name. We call him Bubba or Floofadoodle or Poofadoodle or all kinds of variations of Poofy or Fluffy for the cat. But I think his name is actually Helios. Never heard him called that in my entire life. But if you have any questions, about any pet care for the small animals, or if you have any questions about bedding, toys, treats, whatever. That's what I forgot. I need to put treats in there. I will do that after this video. I will put treats in, and then I will re-vacuum everything and put all this nonsense up. But thank you guys for joining me on my very boring cage cleaning journeys, and I will see you guys next time with my next task. So, chores and stories. Have fun. Subscribe if you would like. My username is Karen Marie, 2 N's, 2 E's. Thank you. Bye.